Morning everyone. I'm just waiting for chop on the other side. So today we are doing 3x3 gift note card set, and this is just a sample one that I done just before I came on here. This was actually a pattern paper. I don't even know whose it was, and it came like this, and I just chopped it down and I've used that as a topper. And I've just matted and layered it with a 1/8 border. The stamp and the background is from a tin of cards from Stampin' Up, and I used this stamp here and Party Time. So that was the two stamps I've used. I have cut all my card bases before time, so they were 6x3 scored at 3. So we've got 3x3 note cards. I have got a stamping layer, and that was cut at Bates, I believe. So just double check that, it might be wrong. Let's see. No, it was 2 5/8. Cut them up. So what I am using today is cardstock, black cardstock for my matting and layering, a topper of some description, and I have pre-done these before I came live. Just backed them onto black cardstock. And it was just to save gluing while I was live. Then we have got, excuse me, the sentiment. Again, just stamped on white with VersaFine black ink. That's my favourite black ink. It gives a really crisp. It's fantastic for embossing with as well. That's my go-to. And then again, I've just put a thin black border around it, and I've just added dimensionals to that. Now, to make sure that the sentiment was centered properly, I used a Stampin' punch, this one here. But what I'm doing is actually cutting the edges off it, because I don't want them shaped. So I'm just chopping the edge off like that. And I'll do it on both of these, and then we'll get them backed onto black cardstock. And this video is in of my brain's just went. Debbie Vignola. She's having a 3x3 card challenge at the moment. So this is a wee promotion for that. In this wee bottle is just the neatest tacky glue. I just prefer it in the small bottle. It's a bit easier to manage. And I'll just trim that little black bit off at the edge. Make sure it's kind of centred. Yep, that seems fine. And then we'll do the other one. In fact, I don't even need another one, I'm only doing 6. So that's that one done. Just pop that up on a dimensional so that they're ready to go when I do the rest. There we go, pop that over there, that's that done. So to do the background, this is just a stamping layer, okay, rather than having to find more DSP. So I have got the stamp here and I've just backed it on an acrylic block. Use my VersaFine ink and we're just going to randomly stamp over this. So there we go. In fact, we'll do another wee bit down that bottom bit. It's a bit bare. I'll just do that. So that's one of our layers done. Now, if you wanted to add a bit of colour, you could easily colour in the wee dots and the wee squares. You could add a little bit of colour into them if you wished. But I'm going for quite a monochromatic colouring. And I'm just randomly turning my stamp as I'm going along. I'll just see. Just a wee bit on there. I'm filming, I'm live. So it's 2 done. And you could easily choose a colour for this stamp if you wished. As I said, I just wanted it quite simplistic. Oops. A wee boo-boo there. We won't worry about it. With this background, we should be able to get away with it. If not, I think I've got spares cut. Seems fine. That's not 4. One more to do. Hi, Gail. There we go, that's 5 done. I'm just going to clean my stamp off. Right, up out the road, then out the road. Shift that now, I finished stamping. Right, and then we just start putting them together. So I am going to use some term tape. I'm just where did I put my craft knife? Here. Just take the tape off the back. There. Bring in our card blank. Stamping layer. And because VersaFine is a pigment ink, it takes a wee bit longer to dry. So just be careful if you are using that. And there's a 1/8 of an inch border. Put it like that. Then just put that at a wee angle, just for a bit of a difference. Pull the backing off for dimensionals. And then we just take our part of time, and I think I'll put that there. And that's the second one done. So what I'll do is I'll put them there so you can see them as I'm going along. Then we've got our third. Oops. Watch that mouse, I'm clicking something there. Now the tearing tape is really quite strong, so you don't need hundreds of it. They are quite cute, Gail. I think they just, for a wee colleague, or even if you were having maybe like a teenager having a sleepover, they would maybe be ideal for that. If they're just having like a wee pamper party rather than a big huge party, these are ideal just to send out invites even. Oops. Pull back off. And as I said, I've kept the supplies really minimal so that you can recreate it on your own with not too much involved. Any stamp would do. There we go. And I'll put that on at a bit of an angle. There we go. But they're so quick to do as well. My main mantra is be prepared. Prep everything prior to starting, and then you will just fly through making them. They take absolutely no time at all to put together. Oops. And what I think I'll do is, I've done 3 sideways. I think I'll do 3 opening at the bottom as well, just for a wee change. And you could vamp these up with adding a wee sequence or 2 or some rhinestones. It's completely up to you. There you go, there's a bottom open one. Line it up. Seems fine. Oops. Okay, then tape's tore. Tiny wee catch there, that's just, there we are, that's it. And we're opening it that way. Pull it down a bit. And put that maybe up there this time. Last one. As I said, they are so quick to do. as long as you're prepared in advance. If you cut all your paper, score it all, and do it like a production line, you will hammer through them. Just throw a wee bit on that while I'm here. It's a really quick class today because I've got other stuff going on in the house. There we go. So it's a wee bottom opening one again. Line it up as best we can. That seems fine. Take my tearing tape off the back of that. It was from a paper line, Gail, and I don't even know whose paper line it is. I will have a look on here today and see if I can find it. Got a funny feeling it's Dovecraft, just by the feel of the paper, but I'm not 100% certain on it. And I'll move that to that side, this one. So I just chopped them down into 8. As I said, the feeling of the paper, I think it's a Dovecraft line. There we go, part of time. So there we go, that's 6 little note cards, 3 opening at the bottom, and 3 side opening. And I have prior made envelopes, but I don't really think that they're matching this, so I will probably make. They are great for a little rack idea. That's kind of where I always send my 3x3 cards. But with this design, I did kind of have my niece in mind. She is 15. And if she's having friends over for like a pamper party or something, she can just write the quick invite inside them and just send them or hand them to her friends, where it's obviously just going to be a few, it's not going to be a huge amount. So that was kind of where I was thinking when I chose the party time and that image, because it's quite stylized. If I just show you the image close up, hopefully. Come on, you, behave. Right, behave now. Arrgh. Going to play funny beggars. Let's see if it'll focus now. Nope, it's not going to focus. We'll see if there's another one there that'll maybe focus better. Yeah, they're quite fancy, you know, it's a wee bit different. And as I said, what I would probably do with an envelope is make it plain white and then maybe just put, they actually have a wee kind of confetti border on it. I think I would put that on the envelope as well, so that it matches what's going on inside. But I hope that's inspired you. Have a wee look at Debbie Vignola's challenge at the moment. She is doing the 3x3 card challenge, and that was how I agreed to do this as my class this week, just to give you an idea of how simplistic they can be. Need loads of supplies. your toppers can be just about anything. I mean, I'm trying to see, I have got a little envelope with ones lying about. Where did I put them? No idea. Don't know what I've done with it. I had a wee envelope with some basic toppers in them, but you can basically get them off the internet. Zip them off Pinterest or Google Images, print them out, chop them up, and there, and you're done. And you could get, I mean, these are what, 12 images on an 6x6. So for an A4 sheet, you would get what, 20 images, maybe something like that on them, and that would give you a full set of cards to send out. I hope that's helped, and I hope that you've enjoyed this class. I will leave all the instructions for how I put these together. If I can find a paper line for this, it will be retired. It is an old paper line. If I can find it, I will put it in the group, which is in my description bar at the top. You're very welcome, Gail, and I hope if you do make them, just give me a wee shout so I can see them if you post them anywhere. It'd be nice to catch up on them. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I will speak to you all soon.